having a clean sheet again was a very positive one for us coming out of the recent games. I felt we were competitive again, which was also a big issue coming out of the previous two matches. The back four in possession is something I was looking forward to, and they matched my expectations. So overall, a good performance in general, but the stability in the match was something that pleased me the most.
Just to see how the team is doing physically, anybody missing today in practice, or did you have everybody finally?
No, unfortunately, not everybody was on the pitch. We'll have to see how Keats is developing. Hopefully, he'll be back on the pitch again tomorrow. He couldn't join today's session. But the positive thing is that Pepe is back on the pitch. Tavon is back on the pitch. They are progressing really well, and they can be part of the roster again going into this match. So that is something that's very positive.
Thank you.
Mohammed?
Coach Mohammed from the Exchange. So this is the second time you're playing New England.
Yeah.
And the first time they picked up some momentum now, and they got back Chanclay and Campania now. So it's a bit of a different team. Mm-hmm. How are you adapting to those changes from the first game?
Well, that's something we'll have to see. They didn't play against us in the first game, so there's no reference from this first game. However, the first game has given us a lot of information, obviously, because it was one of our games where we were struggling a little bit, especially out of possession. We conceded an own goal, but we responded really well. And for us, it was a good result, but also gave us a few lessons to take with us into the next games. But we'll have to see how they will manage themselves now with new players coming in for us then, because they're back from injury.
And then also with Hack becoming a shining last game, and then also the past few games, how has he developed in that role as center back?
Justin, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, Justin gives us a lot of flexibility. He has been paired up with Thiago, which is a good match. And as I said, it gives us a lot of flexibility in possession mainly. Thinking like a midfield player playing as a centre-back is something that has helped us in the past few games with him as a centre-back. And we look forward to develop our game more and more with this positive impact. But however, everybody has to be kept on their toes because we have good central defenders behind them as well with Tana and with Burke. So it's a good matchup for now, and hopefully this will continue for a long time.
Last question. So do you feel like your squad depth is good enough for the rest of the season, or you're looking to add more? I know that you get this question a lot of transfer market. Mm-hmm. What is it the same answer, or are you...
Well, you've listened to a few press conferences from me so far, so you know what my answer will be. It's something I stay away from. We have our people within the club that are very busy with this topic. So am I. So I know my part, I know my role, but that's where it ends.
Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
Hey, Coach, how are you? Scott
Hi.
Church and Stream Punk Soccer. Shifting gears a little bit away from New England in this case, let's talk about Alonso Martinez's growth. Mm-hmm. Last year, he obviously was a very successful season, but sometimes you have players that drop off a little bit. Mm-hmm. But if anything, he's actually improved the game now with 5 goals and 7. Talk a little bit about any adjustments he may have made off season to maintain the level of intensity and success he had last year. Please and thanks.
That's an interesting question. I think it's a big, if not a huge compliment to Alonso himself. He came back from off-season knowing what he achieved in last season, and then the expectations go up going into this season. There's a change of coach, so I'm new with Alonso. He's new with me. But mainly his approach, his mindset, his goal setting for this season is impressive. So he's open to learn. He's working really hard every day in order to improve himself. So those are very important aspects and to even go beyond what you've performed in the past season. So I would say again, it's a huge compliment to Alonso himself, and if you see how he's trying to focus on how he can improve his game, that is very impressive. So his movement off the ball was a quality, but the timing is getting better every week. The relationship with players that are looking for him is getting better every week. So everybody understands what he can add to our game and also the outcome. But also in preparation, if you see his movement in and out of possession is something that I really love about him. So that's a big compliment to Alonso.
On to the Zoom, we'll go with Alex.
Hi, Pascal. This is Alex Winley from AME New York. How's it going?
Hi, Alex.
How does the squad plan on carrying that energy and momentum from the win against Philly last week into a tough environment like Gillette Stadium against the Revolution, especially with that turf surface? Thanks.
Yeah, well, the turf is always a point of discussion for the outside world, that is. For us, it's no topic. We just want to improve our game. As I mentioned to your colleagues just now, we came off a few games where we didn't perform as well as we should have. This was better in the previous game against Philly with a better outcome, and we're just trying to achieve a better match and improvement for ourselves going into this next game. So that's what we focus on, and we have a little bit more information because we experienced the first game playing against New England. So that helps us in preparation for this game.
Oliver?
Hi, thank you. This is Oliver Strand with Hudson River Blue. With apologies to you saying that the turf is not a topic, that's actually my question. A couple of weeks ago, the game in Atlanta was conducted at an incredible pace, at least on TV. The ball was moving around with incredible speed, and it seems that the surface contributed to that. I'm wondering if you're expecting a game to be played at a similar pace, and if you've made any kind of preparations, like taking advantage of the turf field that is accessible to you at the Etihad Academy there.
Yeah. No, we've trained and we've prepared ourselves just the same way as we always do, keep the surface the same. I do agree on what was the situation in Atlanta. But we mustn't forget that we were quite good for 60 minutes, 65 minutes, and then we dropped our guard and our standards way below it should have been. And that's when we gave Atlanta a bigger piece of this match as we wanted it to be. So this will be a challenge for us in order to progress our own game. It's going to be on turf. But like I said to you guys just now, for us, that's no topic.
George?
Coach, they mentioned Justin Hack before. Do you feel as a coach to maybe keep him in one place so he can become maybe an expert in one place instead of trying to become good in a bunch of different positions to fill voids? Or would you rather him be perfect or as close to perfect as possible in one position?
Well, let me make one thing really clear. He's not on the pitch to fill a void. He's on the pitch because he deserves to be on the pitch. And the flexibility is in his advantage. It's in the team's advantage. He can play midfield, he can play centre-back. But like I said to one of your colleagues just now, the way he goes about as a centre-back, he thinks like a midfield player, and that is something I really admire about him. If you look at the numbers, for instance, he's one of our most progressive passers also, and that's, I think, also the benefit of having a guy like Justin in that position. So wherever he can add his quality, he'll play that position.
I don't know what to say, to be honest. I don't really think about this too much. Just trying to play the game and help the team. If it's this with the assist, if I can help, that's even better. But like I said, even if my teammate do a mistake or if I do a mistake, we all have each other back. So I think this is really healthy for the team, and yeah, it just shows character and that we are in the right place.
Mohammed with the exchange. So this week you're playing against probably Shankly on the left. So do you think he's going to be a little bit tough for you to go up and leave him in the back, or how are you going to? Did you train a little bit differently to?
No, to be honest, because if I look other players, then I won't play my game. So I need to play my game, just try to focus on myself, and I need to make him uncomfortable. So yeah, I will do my best to play my game at the highest level. But yeah, I don't care who is on that side.
So are you still looking to be more attacking this week as well and more
Yes.
assists?
Yes, hopefully.
Thank you.
Roberto?
So you've been here a couple of years now, and you've been starting all the games so far this season, except for one, but came in the 8th minute. Where do you think your game has improved or changed since you got here?
I would say in every aspect, little bit. Obviously, when I came, I just turned 18, and like coming from Slovenian league, coming to here was huge difference for me. And yeah, I had a lot of work to a lot of things to work on. Especially, I would say my defending. Like my first year, I thought there were many situations where like or I got caught up behind, or maybe 1v1 I was not at the level. But I think this improved a lot. Also in the final third, I would say I got more. How can I say? When I go with the intention to help the team. Sometimes I like in my first year, I felt like I just go to go. You know what I mean? So yeah, I would say I improve in every aspect of the game, and yeah, but I'm still 20 years old. There is many areas to improve, and I need to go every training, every game with this mentality because, yeah, this is the only way to improve.
When you see your game, when you see yourself play like on TV, like when you're reviewing a match and all that, where do you think the areas are that you can improve your game more?
But like I said before, there are, let's say when I go to the final third, I want to, when I cross, I want to score every cross. When I shoot, I want to score every goal. But this is just not how it is in reality, you know. But yeah, also in defending, I would say I can and I need to block more crosses, maybe sometimes be more aggressive in 1v1. So yeah, it's many areas that I can still improve, and I can just get benefits from it. So you know, always can be better, and I think this is what I work on.
Thank you.
Onto the Zoom, we'll go to Alex.
I didn't have my hand up, but I can ask him a question. But yeah, hey Mitja, are there any specific tactical or mental adjustments the team is emphasizing to maintain consistency on the road, especially after that win against Philly? Thanks.
But we all know, especially this year on the road has been tough. But I think also we showed pretty how can I say pretty good appearances. So yeah, we need to go to the game with the mentality we will win, get the 3 points, focus on ourselves to improve our game from the last week, and this is the only way we can improve.
George?
Mitja, what's going on, man? I just want to ask briefly, you know, we had a couple games where things were really rough. It looks like things were, I'm not going to say down, but what important was it for you guys to stick together, keep moving on, and have such a great comeback like you guys did, and get a win against Philadelphia?
Yeah, like you said, I feel on the game against Minnesota, we were, yeah, our aggression was not on the level. I would just say personality was not on the level, and yeah, we needed to bounce back in Philly's game, and I think we did this pretty well. I think we dominated throughout the whole game, create chances. Maybe we could score more goals, but you know, at the end, 3 points, this is all it matters. And yeah, I think this is the right mentality. We are all confident to go into this week's game with the same mentality to win.
Anyone else?
I have another one.
Go ahead.
Can you talk a little bit about Matt Freese and how great he's been, even in games where things might not really work out? He puts together a lot of big saves. You're back there with him, so can you just talk a little bit about Matt Freese's work and what he's been doing?
But what can I say? Yeah, he's just a great guy, and I think the whole back line, basically the whole team can feel confidence from having him at the back, because you know mistakes are part of the game, mistakes happen, and when you know you have the goalkeeper with the quality that he has, that he can potentially save the game, you know, it means a lot. It means a lot if you give us like a confidence boost. So yeah, it feels good. We try to minimize our mistakes, but in the case it happens, he has our back. So yeah, it means a lot.